Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show that makes the tea boil. Music Exposed. Hello. Is that your special sound in the background? Is that you clapping? Is that your sound?
Yes, it is. Oh. Obviously,
you could at least like emulate it. Be like, woo, hey, yeah, great,
woo,
woo,
yay,
yay,
woo,
yeah,
yeah,
woo, hey.
Yeah.
Are you giving birth? Anyways, hello everybody. How are you doing? Hope you are having a wonderful day or night. Welcome to Music Exposed. If you don't know what this show is about, it's all about exposing the bestest and most amazingest musicians on Twitch, and also the non-most amazingness, you know, because we have everybody on this show, hopefully, at some point. But yeah, today we have...
Everyone.
Today we have a very, very special guest. We have Miss Mary Lou, and she will share all the tea, literally, with us. Haha, we can do so many freaking...
Tea. I love tea.
So many puns today with her tea, and to Music Exposed being, you know, kind of like a, this is like a TV show format, but talking to chat. I never talk to chat. That's what Silence does because I'm a papega. Hey, very good. Silence, you could do something like a sound for that now. Like, boo, oh, you suck. You suck, syrup, you know?
Okay.
But yeah, if you've never seen my face before, I am Sarah Jazz. I'm a professional musician. I do Twitch full time now, and before that,
I fucking tour.
Yeah, I've been on fucking tour, and I've toured. I always say the world, but really, I just played gigs in Europe and America. That's all. So that's 2 continents for y'all. Yay.
Most Americans think of America as the world anyway. So
very true. Yeah. So, you know, America and Europe is totally all over the world. But anyways, let's sit down and find out what the hell is this very weird and annoying voice in the background.
I thought we were done with our rivalry. Why are you keeping up the pot shots?
Hello.
What is it? What is it with you?
I don't know. It's just it's a thing. Hello.
Just so rude. That's the problem.
Hi. So tell everybody
hi.
now that I introduced myself as, you know, the OP. We want Crowboat.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We want Crowboat.
I don't think you'll get Crowboat today.
That's fine.
Yeah. But
you'll just lose like 95% of the infrastructure of the show. That's cool. Bye.
Yeah. No, don't. Please. Thank you so much. Obrigado, worry. Thank you so much and welcome back. And also, who the hell are you? What are you doing here?
Oh, I had to be dressed up for a tea party. It's a tea party today. And I had to put on my fancy wigs and my fancy hats because that's what you do at a tea party. You put on your Sunday best and you make sure you drink with your pinkies out. You know how all that happens, okay?
Okay. Do you have your cups too? Did you bring your cup, your favorite cup?
I do, except my cup is too sporty. I don't have like a dainty little cup because I'm not a dainty little person.
Show us.
I got my Michigan thermos that keeps tea hot.
I also have like a Twitch thing. It's also a little bit sporty. But we don't do any sport. Have you ever used yours to do sport? Have you used yours to drink between sport? Yeah? I haven't used this one. I always use the other one that I have. The pink one.
Well, you need the
less sporty one.
You use it for water, for running, or for whatever you're doing in that. It is sexy. Don't act like it's not. I mean, I am definitely a big sports boy. I don't know why you would act like I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very.
Well, it's because it's chroma keyed out. Creative Minds. It does have a see-through M because it is a color that gets keyed out by the chroma key. Yeah. Which I enjoy that. So it makes it look like my thermos is invisible. Okay.
Yeah, which
I enjoy it very much.
Which is great for your hair too. You know, it's really good.
It is. I understand.
Yeah, it's like it's special effects. That's what we call it. SFX here on Twitch. Music Exposed on Twitch, obviously. So,
That's right.
You know Mary Lou better than I do because I didn't know her that well. I drink tea, but you know, yeah. You know,
is that how it's supposed to work? If you drink tea, you know everyone else in the world that drinks tea.
Yes.
I mean, that's how it works in Mary Lou's cult for sure. But that's not how it works in the real world, I don't think. Yeah. You know, her tea does that to people. So when you drink it, you know, we've been over at the Silence Noise News on 69.9 KFUX. We've been documenting a lot of the tea cult activities. It's something we've been keeping tabs on for a very long time, since January or February of this year. She's got songs that she uses to lull people into the cult. She has tea itself now that clearly hypnotizes people and adds them into, you know, this ever-growing network of tea hooligans. You know, it's a lot. There's T cells. Yes, there's many T cells out there, and clearly you haven't had the right tea yet, so it's good.
Oh, look,
we
have special Russian friends today. Look at that. Spam Russia. Well, are we going to? Do you know the Russian anthem?
No, I don't.
Canada.
Yes. Oh, Canada,
Russia,
our home and native land, to patriot. That's clearly the the Russian national anthem.
Yeah,
okay.
we just did that. You're welcome, Russians. Also, Меня зовут Сара, да, and I don't know anything else. Работе, давай. I just said in Portuguese.
Fan, so.
Yeah.
That's right. What is the Portuguese national anthem? Do you know it?
Yes, but I'm not gonna sing it because I don't know it.
She's like, no, I refuse to sing it. I refuse to acknowledge my heritage.
Yeah. I just, no, that's not what I mean, but like, I'm bad at things like that. Like, I don't know the words to my own songs. Wait, you expect me, who doesn't even know the words to her?
We obligata to sing song. I like that. Feels accurate to chat.
That feels amazing.
I'm for it.
I'm for it too.
Oh, Portugal, our home and native land.
I think you're offending every Portuguese viewer right now. I'm so sorry. Peço desculpa, pessoal. Peço desculpa.
I offend everyone. My very existence is offensive to people. I understand.
That is very true. Okay? That is why we are here. That is why I am here, because clearly I am the angel of this show. Right?
That's right. You're the star of your show.
Of my show. Why did you get
your
so butthurt about that one, by the way?
I'm not actually butthurt.
Yes,
I
you
just
are.
like when I see things like that and I can give you shit about it.
No, it's like it makes it weird. If I talk to somebody on Twitter and I don't say your name, or like I don't say, first of all, Twitter has a very limited amount of characters. First of all,
I see.
Second of all, if I just say,
that's why I never post about you in my Music Exposed posts. You know, in every single post I post about the show, I include Sarah Jazz's name in it. Yeah. I never do that.
Yeah. No, I do. I included your name. But like. I didn't actually. That's a lie.
No, you didn't.
But I didn't. It doesn't matter. But like, I needed to get my point across. And if I say our show, for somebody who doesn't know what's going on and what the show is all about, they're gonna be like, "This bitch is fucking crazy."
You're hiding me from the world. Okay.
No, it's like this bitch is fucking crazy. She thinks that she is multiple people now. What the hell is with this? Like, it doesn't make sense if I say just it doesn't make sense.
God.
I don't think it makes sense. Yeah.
I don't care. I'm just giving you shit about it because especially since we just spent the last week in a war with each other, fake war with each other. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
And then she's still giving me crap. That's the thing. Like, still, she's like, why do you got to make me sad? Why you got to make me feel bad?
Yeah.
Why you got to sing my national anthem and ask me to sing things I know? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I don't know why that is.
I forgot what I was going to ask. Yeah.
No, but one of the things about Mary Lou, we were talking about Mary Lou before this, and you were saying you didn't know her that well. She might have one of the most interesting histories of someone that we've had on the show yet.
Did she also
She's gonna have
get involved in gangs and stuff?
Not in that sense. She's not as thug life as Existence.
Oh.
Like, Existence is probably the most thug life guest we've
She's
ever
a real
will ever
thug.
have.
Hey, Slongo, thank you so much for the 300 bits.
If you guys a lot of you don't realize, like, the intent of this show is you should be, like, following and hanging out in these chats. And I see a lot of you out there when I'm still there. Like, guess we want you to go hang out with them and follow them. She has continued to tell stories about her thug life that I very much enjoy on her stream. And I'm scared for her right now because recently Existence has gone deep into the Jackbox hole.
Oh,
and so she was
yeah.
asking, apparently there's been some questions about the types of content that's being created on Jackbox. So hopefully we can make sure that Existence doesn't get banned. So if you're seeing things in her Jackbox games, especially with what a wholesome streamer is, that's where thug life kind of creeps in a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I can't. The thing is, I can't. For example, on this channel, we can't do Jackbox anymore. Like, that's a thing.
Why? What happened?
Everything happens every time we play it. It's just not okay. We can't do it. It's just, in the end, it's just dicks, drawn. Then it's like, talk about, it's only sexual stuff. It's butt stuff. It's like, it's just not okay.
I did see, I can't remember what streamer it was that I was seeing that, but it was a music streamer, someone that we both follow, that apparently created a t-shirt in Animal Crossing that said "Eat Ass" and got banned for it.
Shut up, really?
She got banned from Animal Crossing for having an "Eat Ass"
from Animal
t-shirt.
Crossing?
Yeah, I think she had to recreate a new Animal Crossing account or something because they got banned for Animal Crossing.
She made it in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, she made the shirt because you can make shirts of anything.
I didn't
now.
know. I have no idea.
Animal Crossing, you can draw anything.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no. Oh no, that's terrible.
So if you haven't so don't recreate "Eat Ass" t-shirts.
Yeah, don't
Animal Crossing.
I mean, it's Animal Crossing.
This has been your music advice for the week.
Yeah. Don't do. The music advice for this week is don't create "Eat Ass" t-shirts in Animal Crossing. Or maybe
it's true.
What other kids games are there out there where you can create t-shirts? I don't know.
I'm sure there's worse. I'm sure, knowing the internet, that there's
Warrior!
worse out there.
Thank you so much for gifting that sub to Lord of Entropy. Oh, Lord I'm on fire.
That's fine. This is fine.
This is fine. Yes, tell me.
I did want to talk about something else. I sent it to you before the show, but we've had an interesting development come out from Twitch Music, which I find it incredibly interesting that they do it the day of, basically. It was like, I think they may have posted this tweet yesterday.
What happened?
So it's interesting because when you're going to do an entire theme month, you would think there would be some build up to it or some lead up to it.
Yeah.
But no, they just announced it the day before and they're like, hey, so this month, for those of you that don't know, is actually the first ever music month on Twitch. So they announced it today and they announced a bunch of interesting stuff that goes along with it. So first of all, on the Twitch it's not the Twitch music page, it's just the Twitch page. So it's twitch.com/Twitch.
That's cool though.
Every day there's going to be a music performance for all 31 days of August from partnered music streamers in the community. It looks like I don't recognize anybody on here that's not a partner, so I'm pretty sure it's all partnered music streamers. But then the interesting part that they announced under it is that I'm very curious about these two things. The first, and I'm curious to think, let's say that I'm inviting Sarah Jazz to do this, and tell me what this would mean to you. So Twitch is dedicated to helping musicians grow on the platform. So we've created the Community Development Program for Music. Its goal is to showcase the diverse creators on Twitch that broadcast in the Music and Performing Arts directory. This program will consist of 6 weeks of education about features, products, and best practices that will help those set goals while leveling up their current broadcasts. So if you were teaching this 6-week course, what would be important for you to put in it to say, all right, how do we develop how do we develop a community around music? Which I know is something that we're trying to do.
What does the course say that it does?
It does. That's all it says. It says features, products, and best practices that will help those participating to set goals while leveling up their current broadcasts. That's all it says.
Huh.
That's all the details.
So then I don't really have an answer. Thank you, Skull of Cobra, for those bits. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for the
is that coaching like for streamers? Or
I don't know if it's coaching. They make it sound like a program. They're saying it's a program, so it's probably something that you go and watch.
Oh.
It's not clear.
Huh.
What's not clear about this to me is where it's happening and when it's happening.
Well, maybe it's just an idea and they just put it out there just so.
Well, they're clearly doing it. They're saying that it's going to go on for 6 weeks, and then they're saying that they hope that it'll be a recurring program. Boobs and moves. Yeah, that's all you have to post at this point.
Yeah.
How's Twitch going to teach you about the music community when they can't even teach themselves to moderate the platform fairly? I don't know. That's what I'm curious about. I want to know so if Sarah Jazz and I are in charge of this program, what are the things that we're going to teach?
Oh,
what are we going to teach, Sarah? I think the first one is, like you said, I know that there's been some debate on this on Twitter lately, but I think there has to be an entertainment factor. Like you have to realize that you said this on a previous stream this week, and I feel like most musicians are actually not that familiar with anything outside of the traditional stage environment. They're used to all right, you go on stage, you perform for 45 minutes. There might be like a little banter or something. Maybe if you're a headliner, you might have a little bit of that. But on Twitch, there's so much dead time in between songs and engaging with your chat and when things are happening. So I think that, entertaining in a certain way and connecting with the chat is probably the quality number one. You said this on your stream.
Yeah, I would actually, I made a video in collaboration with Streamlabs where I made 2 videos. One was how to set up your stream as a music streamer. And the second video was about how to, interact. What are the goes and no-goes on Twitch? Promoting. So what were some of those?
What are some of the goes and no-goes?
Well, first of all, no-goes is obvious, but this applies to everything, to be honest. I feel like the advice is site-wide and also content-wide, if that makes sense. And I would say no-goes obviously is promoting on other streams. That's if you're not part of the community already, that's also a thing that you talked about on the more philosophical podcast we had the other day.
Yeah.
Where it's, getting in touch with the community and with the streamer and stuff like that.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, hanging out.
Said, you have to just
genuinely hang out.
And genuinely get to know people and the community. It's it'd be the same. Most people don't think of the online world the same as they think of the offline world. Could you imagine, if you walked into a concert and another band was on stage and you just walked on stage and said, hey, we're going to be on stage later. Or hey, check out, we've also got our CD in the back. You could come buy that. That's something you would never do.
Yeah.
So why would you ever do that online?
But there's also, let's be honest, there's some musicians, and I talked about this on the podcast with Green Dumpling, Seti, where some musicians just don't know how to behave on stage or what musicianship rules there are. For example, you just don't, when somebody else is playing their solo, you just don't blow your solo right in the middle of the other person's solo if that's their turn. You need to understand how things work musically. And I think it's kind of the same thing, is people don't know that it's not okay, but it's annoying also. The other day I posted a picture on Instagram, and this verified musician person said, oh, cool photo, blah, 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 or cool post. I was like, oh, thank you, And I looked at his, at their profile, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll follow them or something. And immediately they answered, oh, do you want to look at my page or something? Or you're welcome, look at my page. I was like, I was about to follow, but maybe not, And that's the same thing.
I like to Sabby's point, you said, but you can't just hang out just anywhere. Some musicians don't give a fuck if you care about their community. I agree. And then that's not a community that you want to hang out in.
Yeah, then you don't want to hang out with them.
You realize very quickly why there is no larger music community. There's just a bunch of cliques. And maybe those people are a bunch of their own, I brought this up and fuck it. I'm going to bring it up on the show. People can hate on me all they want.
Oh, this is juicy.
There were some pictures that I saw on a Discord recently because TwitchCon got canceled this year, and people were posting pictures of 2 different parties that were going on at the same time, featuring many members of the Twitch music community. One of which was one that I don't know if you hosted it, Sarah, or you were involved with it. I think you hosted it. And there were a lot of music streamers, and it looked like a lot of people having fun and screwing around and laughing and joking and doing that kind of thing. And then the other set of pictures did not look like that at all. It looked very kind of different. I will put it that way. It just didn't look as fun. And there were a lot of people there, but it just didn't have the same vibe almost immediately from the pictures. which is kind of interesting to me. And it also says, like, you have to pick where you want to be. Some people, you know, they want to act like human beings and they want to have fun and they want to joke around and they enjoy, you know, connecting with each other and that kind of thing. And some don't. They want a quieter, you know, whatever the other party looked like to me. And I knew immediately. I'm like, I know where I would be in this. Sarah. You know, it's like,
yes,
Warrior.
Sorry. Just continue to party with our money.
Warrior just interrupted you. Thank you so much for the 10 euros. Thank you. Sounds just continue to party with our money.
Oh yes, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm partying all
but
the time.
But wait, was that my party you're talking about? Because my party had a beer pong and people smoking.
I didn't see any
partying.
That wasn't the pictures that was posted. It was just, yes, it was your party.
Oh, it was my party. Okay.
But they were pictures. It was the first time I'd seen them kind of set against each other, where there was pictures of your party and the music streamers at your party, and your party was all, honestly, it was all the goofballs.
Yeah.
It was the people smiling and the people laughing and the people joking. And the other party had a much more serious tone to it.
Oh,
like,
now I get it.
Weren't
okay.
As serious.
I get it.
They were more, it just, like, you could tell who was fitting into what community. You know, it was like, you could get an idea. And that's why I'm saying, like, people say, oh, well, the music community. And I'm like, well, there isn't a music community. There's multiple scenes within the music community. And you're kind of choosing what one that you want to be a part of.
I mean, we had many people at that party were introverts, but there's actually a photo of Waffles, Mr. Greggles, Sunfire, Sweet Anita, and Wax Wayne sitting, like, just talking. I think Wax Wayne is actually laying on the floor or something. But, like, that picture is also, like, kind of more chill than the others, because on the others we were all kind of, drinking and, laughing and shit. But that was great because it was a more.
I'm not. Don't get me wrong.
No. I know what you mean. I'm just saying.
I was not at either party. So I don't know what it was. It's just when you post a series of pictures of one next to a series of pictures from another.
Yeah.
And there's that dramatic of a difference between the tone of those two photos. You kind of get an idea. It has nothing to do with the people. It's not like, oh well, they're shitty people because their party looked like it sucked. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Our party was amazing, by the way. Just saying.
I'm just saying that when you look at it, you kind of go, huh? Yeah, and it's the same thing when you look at streams. You have to look at them. Like, there are streams that I don't hang out in. There are people in the Twitch music community that I know I wouldn't like, based on what I see on their social media or based on what I've seen on their stream. They're just not for me. And that's okay. You don't have to be friends with everybody, even when you're in an indie. It's hilarious because even when you're in an indie music scene and you either are hanging around it or you're a DJ or you're a musician, there's a lot of people in that same scene that generally end up not liking each other.
Yeah.
And there's lots of rivalries and beefs and things that come up, amongst the various scenes and that kind of thing. Like when I was coming up, I remember when I was growing up in Detroit, a lot of the acts that got very famous from there were kind of famously involved in rivalries. And I hate them all. So, putting Eminem versus Kid Rock or whatever, since they were part of the same scene. There was lots of shit talk between all those types of things, but at the same time, lots of bands don't even like the other members, let alone other bands.
Yeah, exactly, that's very true. Very true.
I'm just saying you have to pick your lane, and you have to go, all right, this is the scene that makes sense for what I'm trying to pull off, or what makes sense for me, or this is the other scene.
Yeah.
And that is what it is. I'm just saying you have to make that decision.
Yeah, I think
pretty quickly.
I do believe, like, there's on Twitch, I guess there's like there's different music community people, because there's obviously a group of goofs that are known, that are not part of the clan, but then there's also the kind of like the clan or whatever, or the more serious people.
I love that you call it the clan.
The clan.
That's so bad in the
US. They know.
They're clearly racists.
No, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. They're like, they're a group of, they're a clique. Sorry, a clique, that's the word that I mean. Excuse me, I'm not American or English or whatever. I'm Portuguese living in Germany. I have nothing to do with the English language. But
canceled, everyone.
Canceled.
Exactly.
I'm canceled. But the clique, right? So there's like a more serious clique. But then there's also another group that everybody's forgetting about, which is the group of people that aren't even in the music community, really. They just stream their... No, you are part of the goofy, though. and everybody knows you.
I guess.
But there's like a very large group of people. There's a very large group of people that that don't even belong to anything because they stream to the same 8 people all the time and they don't get any exposure, and then in their own bubble. Right. And like people anybody ever heard about, which is, by the way, very sad. And segue to the show.
Well, we try to find. I mean, that's why you have a 5-hit Dune, or that's why you.
Yeah,
have,
but segue
like,
to the show.
Like Twitch finds.
That's why we want to have those people on the show so you guys can get to know them. Those people nobody knows about, but they have been, I don't know, streaming on Twitch music for like 3 fucking years, and nobody knows about them. And it's like, oh,
yep,
what? You exist? It's sad, actually.
Yeah, well, and that was like TVR is a great example of that. Like, he has a very devoted following, and he was here last week, and he's an incredible musician.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's criminally underfollowed. Like, in any other world, with the type of content they put out, they would be one of the top streams on Twitch. There's nobody that does as much unique stuff as TVR does. Yeah. Like, from both musically and the videos and the stuff. I mean, even the stuff that they put together at this point is crazy. It's just crazy.
And there's like super talented people out there nobody knows about. It's just
well, and I don't think talent is the thing. I don't think talent is the thing that makes or breaks people on Twitch. I think there's
is entertainment value.
Like you said, entertainment to some extent does. And yes, entertainment can be defined loosely depending on what you're defining it as or what people find entertaining. Yeah. But at the same time, there has to be something that gets people to stick at this point. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
High school is very much life. Yeah. In fact, I find that one of the things that's disappointing as an adult is that there are some things that happen that are far worse than high school. At least in high school, like, there's very little there. That doesn't mean you can't, get thrown out of high school or you can't leave because of the level of harassment or bullying or that kind of thing. But at the same time, like, normally in high school, everybody's going to get through it. Like, the majority of people are going to get through it. I mean,
there kind of is bullying now, too.
Whereas in adult life, when someone fucks somebody else over, there's no guarantee that person's going to get anything back. Like, you fuck somebody out of their stream career, or you cancel somebody, or you do something. There's no guarantee they're going to get anything back. Yeah. They could end up in a horrible situation as a result of that. Yeah. So. But
yeah, I mean, streaming or Twitch is kind of like high school. And
for sure.
I guess a lot of jobs, especially the entertainment biz jobs, are kind of like that in general. That it's more like high school in general, but on Twitch it's more apparent because everybody is able to communicate with each other in a very direct and very open and very public way. So it's kind of more like high school, more than in any other job, other than maybe also YouTube, because YouTube is all about fabricated drama all the time. Just like, the good Twitch people know, or good Twitch streamers know exactly that if you have drama or good drama, that's how you continue.
That was hilarious. Because we had so many people, as you mentioned, we had a lot of negative feedback to what you and I were doing with creating drama between us. And we had some people that were really offended by it. And I was like, you know what? My sister has worked in a nightclub in nightlife entertainment for the last 10 years. And it's literally to the point now when they have social media influencers, or they have people in there that are, YouTube celebrities or influencers or whatever, there's a lot of times that the drama is literally staged to the point where people have to know where to point the spotlight, or have to know when, what song is playing. Like, it's so elaborately rehearsed in a lot of these things. And then you think about reality TV and you think about all that stuff. Yeah. And it just goes to this next level of, that is exactly what we were trying to parody with what we were doing. Yeah. Saying all right, just creating this ridiculous drama. And the part about revealing it, obviously hurt us, but thinking about it, had it gone on as it had, with it would have been hilarious. It would have worked. Yeah. Well, and it was working. We already had people kind of going like, oh my God, well, Sarah's like this. And you mentioned like, there were some people that showed up in my chat who legit didn't like you. Oh, yeah. Who I'd never known before, who were like, oh my God.
There's people who don't like me.
Finally realized that Sarah's jazz is horrible.
No, they were like, oh, I never liked her.
Yeah.
She's stupid.
You never needed her.
You never needed her. Like, silence. That was great. I love that. I kind of like when people show that they... Show
your true colors, man. If you want to show up and hate, at least let me know so I can ignore your opinion.
Yeah.
Because it's like, obviously, if I didn't know Sarah well and we didn't have a good relationship coming to this, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
It's like, why invest all of this time and energy that we do if I thought Sarah was, I mean, I don't think Sarah's a good person, but I just think, we get along.
I'm a great person. What are you talking about? I'm amazing.
It's true. I never liked any of you either. Thanks for
having me. I'm amazing. What are you talking about? I'm kind. I'm intelligent.
So clearly what we've learned about our response to this Twitch music thing is that you and I clearly would have a horrible 6-week course.
I mean, we wouldn't actually. I would actually teach them how to be a real musician, some of them. I would be like, how do you behave as a musician? I don't think,
like you said, first of all, don't behave like
First of all, don't behave like an asshole. Second of all, don't behave like an asshole. Third of all, let other smaller people in. And also I wanted to answer really quickly, Jersh, because he was the one who brought up the whole high school thing. And that's why we kind of do Music Exposed and why we want to
create high school drama.
No. To put so many people together and maybe hopefully put people together that weren't in the same kind of, clique or group or whatever you call it. So we are, Music Exposed is kind of like we will probably fail with some people, but with some people we will also be, successful with that because we just want to put everybody together and be like, hey, we're Twitch musicians, and that kind of should bring us all together, small and big,
I think I appreciate your optimistic perspective. I don't really feel that way. I mean, for me, I know that inevitably there will be people on the show that I'm not a huge fan of, or that, and whatever. That's the purpose of creating the platform. This isn't a platform about who I like or who you like. To some extent it is. Like if there's someone that we universally dislike or isn't a fit for the community, they're not going to be on the show. Yeah. But in general, I also know, that part of the purpose of the platform is to really try to take that deep dive with people and give them the exposure. And it's not always about necessarily who we like or even who we know. Like, I think you and I are both honest. The next couple of weeks, we have people that you and I kind of know on the periphery, like Nerdy Singer Kate and Andy the Frenchie. Nerdy Singer Kate is normally broadcasting at 3 a.m. my time, so it's rare I can make it to one of her streams. Yeah. And you're normally asleep during that time as well. And Andy the Frenchie, I know, I've been in her stream a couple times, but I wouldn't say I know her.
Yeah.
And that's fine at this point. I'm glad that part of that will be getting to know them, and that's what the platform is here for. Yeah. It's mostly for their fans and for people who want to support, kind of in-depth content with musicians, as opposed to the other thing I was going to get to. This segues us into the other thing that's mentioned in this announcement, is that Twitch is also going to be launching starting on Friday. So it'll be Friday, August 7th is the first one. They're going to do this thing called Follow Fridays, Music Edition, which is designed to show love to smaller streamers. I don't know how they define that. We'll be bringing you the top clips from our favorite music creators with chat voting on their favorites in each category. We'll be mixing and matching with categories such as top 5 freestyles and top 5 drum solos, interspersed with some segments highlighting rising stars on the Twitch music scene. I don't know who this is. Hosted by Mystery School US. Do you know who that is?
No.
And a special guest. Come hang out and maybe even find your favorite future.
Oh, saxophone won't be a category because we're like 4 people or something.
There's like 2 saxophone players and 1 is brand new.
Yeah. I mean, there's Ed plays jazz. There's me.
Jazz.
Sex Pedal guy is starting. Then there's that French. What was her name? Boom ba boo. Boom ba bop boopy bop boopy bobby bop. I don't even know if she still streams. Boopy dabby dop. Shooby dabby dop. What was her name? She streams alto. Booby.
Sax will be in
bamboo blah. She has like a bamboo.
Does anyone know who
I don't know.
Does anyone know who Mystery School US is? Who is that? I don't know who that is.
Who? What are we?
The person that's hosting this thing. Is that a Twitch staff person?
I don't know.
Who is Mystery School US?
They're probably like one of the big people that I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, I'm bad about that too.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
Funny because one of the guys that's a big contributor, he's been probably one of, if not the most helpful people for sending stuff for the Music Exposed bulletin board. Glaswegian, for those of you guys that know him, he's got numbers in his name. It's like a number every other letter, so it's like G1AW, whatever. Anyway, he's a guy that he follows a lot of the more popular streams that I don't. Because I admit, I enjoy hanging out in the smaller streams. Yeah. I enjoy getting to know the streamer, and I enjoy having a chat that isn't flying by at 1,000,000 miles an hour. That basically at that point we're just memeing, or you're already part of the community. I prefer, the experience of the kind of smaller chat. So I admit, like, sometimes I hang out less with partnered streamers or people that are the larger streams because it just doesn't feel as intimate or as interesting. Like, that's what I'm here for. I know some people are just there to watch the entertainment. Like, they're there to watch, whoever play bass.
Yeah.
Or to watch whoever play their music or whatever. Like, that's what they want. And for me, that's not what I want. So I understand.
I do watch big streamers sometimes. Sometimes I watch Tim the Tatman. He's entertaining.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I used to watch Dr. Disrespect a little bit. Is that the forbidden D word now? I don't even know. The forbidden doctor or something? I don't even know.
Dick respect.
Dick respect. Oh,
Grandes mama, so hooray, we got another bomb.
But this time it's Portuguese. This time it's Portuguese. It's not even Russian. It could be. Some people, did you know that some people think that Portuguese sounds like Russian?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get that idea.
Never?
I feel like Portuguese to me feels more like Spanish, but then again, I'm familiar with Spanish.
They're saying you have big boobs, by the way. Sorry.
I do. Thank you. I know. I have great boobs.
I had to. Yeah. Sorry. I had to.
At the same time, like, I'm interested. I don't know what big streamer means either. Well, you should know Otherglow, since Otherglow will be on the bulletin board this week and is also going full time. It's a full time streamer now. I can't believe it.
I wasn't listening. Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that, because that was probably a Mariah Carey moment. I was not listening.
Oh my God. Otherglow's like, I'm never watching this show again.
Who are we talking about?
I'm done now.
Who are we talking about?
Otherglow.
Oh.
Who you know him as
I do know
Hikikomori.
him. I'm sorry. I didn't.
You do know him. You know him as Hikikomori music. We talked about this.
I know him, but I didn't listen. I was looking at chat. I was like, "Oh, that's."
I like that even better. It's like, how dare he? It's okay. Please, Sarah doesn't know you. That's cool.
Somebody, please clip that, because that was a Mariah Carey moment. Mariah Carey and J-Lo, where they're like,
I love it.
Yeah. Do you know that when like Mariah Carey gets asked?
Do I know what Mariah Carey and J-Lo do? No.
No. Mariah Carey like always gets asked who J-Lo is, or like, do you know who she is? And she's always like, who? I don't know her. So that's basically my Mariah Carey moment. It's like, who?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. There must be some beef that we don't know about between those
I don't know.
two.
Mariah Carey.
They both come from Jersey, right?
I have no idea. Mariah Carey always says.
I'm pretty sure.
Mariah Carey always says that she like met her, but she doesn't know her. Like she always says, like, I never like really talked to her, so I don't know what she is like and stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't think that's I don't think that's as bad as being like, who? I did think that.
I'm so sorry.
Mariah has beef with little everyone because she's an insane person, which I enjoy. That.
I apologize, Otherglow. Obviously, I know Otherglow.
No,
Can we get like 5 shout outs for Otherglow, please? Go follow him. He's awesome. Also, he needs to be on the show.
Mystery School channel where 2 career musicians have toured around the world. They're real musicians. Okay. I just asked because I didn't know who they were. I was saying, like, I was asking if anybody knew who they were.
Yeah.
So obviously you know who they are.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, and if there's somebody that's doing something like that, I would love to have them.
Yeah, that's cool.
I would love to have them on the show. Like, let's get over here and chat with them.
I like that.
And I'm sure they're.
I just hope that they never steal our show. They probably will. Imagine.
It doesn't really matter if they do, because there's no one that can do what we do.
How?
Like, you and I are crazy. You and I are crazy enough that in the end, even if the show, like, let's say over the years there was some other show, and then, nobody wanted to do the show, or it became a group of friends or whatever, which I legit don't think that'll happen. I think we will always have a group of, new musicians or people that want to be on the show and do a kind of funnier, deeper dive show, that we do. Because we're not just doing like, you're a music streamer. No,
how many guitars do you own?
How many guitars do you own? It's not like that.
Yeah.
No one can wear my blue wig, but no one is going to do it the way that we do it.
They will talk in poggers,
This is another prime example of Twitch is constantly trying to create shit that already exists on their platform.
Yeah.
Rather than being, if there was more community and they were more aware of the types of things going on, they would be able to leverage a lot of those folks to be able to turn them in. I just feel like there'd be such a great message for the platform. And this is, I know what we want to do with the show, to say, all right, this is someone that, you know, first got their break on Music Exposed, you know, and they can go on later to say, all right, well, you know, other people that I meet and that I influence, I'm going to give them back to Music Exposed. So that helps. And Twitch should be doing a similar kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is a Twitch made creator.
Yeah.
They built their platform here. You know, they have their community. You know, I could even see, being a marketing guy, I could even see like Twitch made as a campaign, and then using that to kind of bring up the next generation of people and being aware of what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would create so much more interest around growing the platform and streaming and interest and that kind of thing. I just feel like it would make such a difference. Exposed to be like the NBA G League. We'll be worse than that. We'll be even if it were just Sarah and I doing this show, I know we would still do this show. So whatever.
Yeah.
At least I would. Maybe Sarah wouldn't because I don't have enough clout. So you know, it could be that.
Wouldn't it be very funny if I mean, one thing would be somebody copying the show and doing like the same thing, kind of like exactly the same thing, but a little bit, you know, obviously the studio would look a bit different.
Exposed music.
But no.
This is exposed music.
Yeah, or like music, drama in the music community or something like that. But that one thing is somebody, like one person, one creator copying us. The other thing would be hilarious if like Twitch themselves would do it. They would be like,
yeah.
Oh, we never heard of your show
be able
before.
To sue them, actually, if that was the case.
Would we? With what lawyers and what money?
You're rich
your
from
money?
streaming. I know you got money.
Oh yeah, totally. I totally have, you know, hundreds of thousands.
That full-time streaming income is a big income.
Yeah, totally.
It's living the dream, you know.
I mean, it is living the dream, but like I'm dying, you know.
That's why we beg for donations. That's why we have the PSA for Sarah McLachlan, Amy Lee, and myself.
That's why I beg for donations. By the way, side note, guys, all the donations that you pledge to us on Music Exposed go half and half to Silence and to me.
Yes, they do.
Help a starving artist who is helping others in the music community.
That's true. Well, and I think you and I do this because you and I both have familiarity with local music scenes. And we realize like part of what keeps a music scene healthy and vibrant and alive is people that have larger platforms or larger fan bases introducing other bands to the scene. You know, opening acts are such a vital part of being successful in the music industry. And nowadays, I hate this mentality of people that are just like, oh, just fuck them, throw them in the deep end. There's social media now and there's Twitch now. You know, they'll make it on their own if they're smart enough. And it's like bullshit. Yeah. Almost all of us had some sort of mentor or some sort of help or some sort of person. You and I have talked about this privately. Like you had people that really were huge in helping you get your stream to this level. You know, I have people I reference all the time. Like my stream wouldn't have even gotten off the ground without these people. And then your help for me and all these other people. But the scene doesn't stay healthy if then we don't turn around and go, all right, well, you know, where's the noisy Silence? You know, I need to promote them. Or where's Jazzy Sarah? You know, she needs to be promoted as the opening act, and their show Exposed Music that they steal from us needs to take all of our people. You know, at this point, I just feel like, but it's not healthy if you don't do that. There's no next generation. There's no discovery for new bands. There's none of that.
You're hot,
which
Silence.
It just doesn't work. What?
C. Marslev just said you're hot.
I am hot. I'm very hot.
I agree.
Especially when I'm passionate.
Oh, yeah. Do that more into the microphone, please. Okay, that's enough, please.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Bye now.
No.
But anyway, so I am happy to see this because I agree with what a lot of other music streamers have said, and Other Globe kind of reiterated this in the chat. That, you know, it does feel like it's going the other direction a lot, where Twitch's strategy right now seems to be pulling in larger musicians and pulling in, you know, I was very drunk and had a conversation with Crobo about this on stream last week, where I was talking about Logic.
Up, Sarah.
Let's see who gets the half cent.
Let's see who gets the half cent. Thank you so much, Five Dune, for the 848.
Sarah can have the half cent. She's struggling.
I am a struggling artist. I'm a struggling artist. It's horrible. Please help. Please send help.
My next show is going to be called Sax on the Couch with Sax Pedal Guy. That's amazing. Yeah. I will be on that show for real.
That sounds like something that shouldn't be on Twitch. Sorry.
And I'm happy to see more of these shows starting to show up.
Yeah, same.
Like I know of some other people that are working on this kind of content, and I've also been discussing another kind of more open format idea with some people. And, you know, I just like I love these kinds of shows, and I think they're entertaining. And I'd do that for sure, even though I don't play saxophone.
Yeah.
No,
but
I'm always down for sax on the couch.
I'm happy that Twitch is. I mean, obviously they also see the money that can now obviously result from all of this, because labels are coming in, big musicians are coming in, big names are coming in, and maybe even signings exclusive, etc. Like, this is good, and this is big, and this is amazing for the music community.
You would think that. But then did you see that video that came out this week of Jeff Bezos literally not even being aware that Twitch didn't yet have a music license?
No.
So there was a video that came out, I think it was in the last day or two.
I didn't know that. What?
Where Jeff Bezos was testifying before the American Congress, and somebody asked him, like, hey, with the current music copyright situation, he didn't know about the DMCA's. Like, he just literally knew nothing about it. And I was like, are you serious? Like, Amazon owns Twitch, but, clearly he knew nothing about the current situation.
God. Did he, like, politician it?
Yeah, they brought up the DMCA stuff, and he's like, oh, I think we do. It's kind of along those lines, and knew nothing about it.
I mean, he doesn't have to.
He wasn't aware that Amazon even owned Twitch, which was another fun part of that. So, yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, he doesn't even remember that Twitch is part of their portfolio, I'm sure.
Oh.
Yeah, Bazzy posted it in the Discord. Of course, Amazon is the parent company, and Twitch is still kind of independently run, which I find interesting, but still as the CEO. And Twitch is a multi-billion-dollar business, so it's not like a small cut of the pie. I mean, I guess when you're making nearly, billions and billions off of your marketplace and Whole Foods and that, Twitch probably feels like small potatoes, but at the same time, it's still a multi-billion-dollar business.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up, Sarah.
Some eyes on it.
Sorry, I cannot sew more ATM.
Aw, thank you so much for the 15.
Oh my God, thank you so much, Unicorn.
Thank you so much, Unicorn. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate your donation.
Twitch's dimes. By the way, guys, if you want to donate a sub and gift subs and bits and all of that while the performance is going on and while we are doing the interview, there will be no alerts, but we will call them out.
Yes.
So it doesn't, it doesn't cut us off. I mean, it's okay if the things cut off silence because, it doesn't really.
No one cares.
Yeah,
about
no
me.
one cares. It doesn't.
I'm just a special guest on the show.
Shut up. Thank you, Warrior, for the one bit donation.
It's only raining with no. And one thing that we mentioned, like, Sarah and I are jackasses. I don't think we've actually formally said this on the show.
What?
Especially after last week. But, we're jackasses during our segment. And if we know the guest, we're more willing to be silly and that kind of thing. But at the same time, like, one thing that we both are kind of hold sacred about the show is we make sure that during the guest performance and the guest's interview, we take that a lot more seriously. Thank you, Nalcor, for that.
Thank you, Nalcor.
By the way. But we definitely try to take the music performance and the interview with the guests seriously. Like, we ask some goofy questions and we want to keep it fun and entertaining, but at the same time, we want the guests to be highlighted in the best possible light.
Yes.
And speaking to that, that was part of the reason we had to make a change this week. Actually, Delver Music was supposed to be the guest this week. I'm going to give them a shout out in the chat.
Yeah.
And they did the really responsible thing. They're a duo, and they both live in the Denver area. And one of them had a fear that they were exposed to COVID, and so they are on social isolation right now for a couple of weeks and getting their tests done. And we just knew that we want to be able to show, especially Delver, who has one of the craziest setups on Twitch. Like, I want to be able to show the musicians in their best light. And so we are very grateful that Mary Lou was able to step up and step in for the slot. But also don't forget, like, it wasn't a random thing. It was this damn COVID situation. So please give Delver Music some love.
Yeah, they will be on the show at some point.
They'll be in November, but just make sure during this time, if you can drop by when they're doing streams and stuff, give them some love and that kind of thing.
That's the whole point of the show. I mean, Silence just wants to rip people apart.
Except for this next guest, who is a cult-leading, horrible person
Mistress
that manipulates
of tea.
people into being evil, troglodytes for her tea cult. Don't be nice to her.
Why? Why are they evil troglodytes of tea? Do you not like tea?
You can ask her. Just ask her about her evil plans, okay?
Okay.
She'll tell you.
Yeah, about the cold.
You made not a cult of command in here. That's amazing, Zarnik. I didn't even know.
No, I didn't. Oh, Primo, thank you so much for gifting. That's up to Bits and Crafts. Thank you. There is a sax cult. We have a sax cult. I mean,
But is it on the couch? Is it sex
I mean,
on the couch as well?
it's always on the couch and in the bed and in the pool and everywhere.
That's true. In the pool, God, that's the worst.
Oh, shut up.
No one wants that.
Shut up.
Water is no good.
Oh, you're just unskilled.
It has nothing to do with skill. We're not talking about this. It has nothing to do with skill. It has to do with other things.
I don't know. I don't even want to know.
Talking
but I just wanted to shit on you.
Yeah, because clearly you haven't experienced it because you're like, oh, that sounds interesting. And then when you experience it, you'll be like, this sucks. Because it sucks. The end.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't, but
It does.
I mean,
you know what? We have a wonderful guest.
We do. We do. And I'm going to present her right now. I hope she's ready. I hope she's ready with
Miss Mary Lou.
with her colt, and her colt is ready too. Because I sure am ready. Are you ready, Silence?
I'm ready.
Chad, are you ready? Yes, we're ready.
Are you ready?
Yes, are you ready for Mary Lou? We're gonna have her now on this episode. What is the episode? Episode number 9 or something? 10?
I think it's 10.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Is it really episode number 10? That's amazing. We should have celebrated that, but we didn't.
I can't
That's
look
great.
at the website because they're doing. I'll explain that.
Oh,
later.
yeah, true.
Like
Anyways,
to tell you.
I present to you, my friends, Miss Mary Lou. Oh, yeah, true. Anyways, I present to you, my friends, Miss.
clouds darken up the skyway. There's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. Somewhere over the rainbow, rainbow. show me a garden that's bursting into life. All that I am, all that I am, is here in your perfect eyes. They're all I can see. I don't know where I'm confused about how it's when. Just know that these things will never change for us at all. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
That was a super fun mashup of Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol with Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Our next piece I'm going to do is a blues original, and this is called Nightmare Blues. And yes, I am looping all of this live, in case you were wondering. Oh, that's a crappy loop. We're gonna do that again. My day will just let me be. Has it been so short since last week? Oh, we met. My pillow, I long for peace. But oh, that lottery of days long past by all these silly games you play. Just let me sleep away. It haunts me. Oh, when the nightmares come, I just start to hum. When the nightmares come, I just start to hum. When the nightmares come, I start to hum. You know it's gonna be alright, alright. You know it's gonna be alright. Oh, now it's 2:10 and I'm wide awake. Don't know what to do. It seems so much was at stake. No danger's near. It was all just fake. head. Feels like I made a mistake. But oh, that lottery of days like pass by all these silly games you play. Just let me sleep away. It haunts me. Oh, how you when the nightmares come. I just start to when the nightmares come. When the nightmares You know it's gonna be alright. Now already after 5 and 9, just can't recall the thoughts gone by. I'm left here feeling sick and tired, but oh, my pillow, I'm not done trying. No, now I lay me down to sleep. I just pray my day will just let me be. Has it been so short since last week? We met, my pillow. I long for peace. Oh, when the night has come, I start to hum when the I'm almost asleep. Where I go, not quite, but almost time. I'm just asleep. Wherever I go,
was amazing. That was...
Yes.
Yes. Where are the claps? Do you not have the soundboard active yet? Is there no
I
claps?
did. I hit the soundboard. Do you want more?
I don't hear it.
Here. Here's 10 sounds.
I can't hear it, though. We can't hear it. Silence. We cannot hear it. It's great. It's amazing. Well, I'm doing the claps for you, then. This is 1,000 people clapping. Wait. Wait. I'm stomping my foot at the same time. Yeah, we're not hearing it. I don't know if you already noticed, but I think...
Oh, my sound effects aren't working today? No one told me that. I've been playing sound effects the whole time.
I told you I can't hear it from the very beginning of the show.
What the hell?
Anyways, well, bulletin board. We're gonna do that really quickly.
Fine.
I'm gonna.
Bye.
I'm gonna. Oh, there it is. Finally.
There we go.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much, Miss Mary Lou, for... Did I say Mary Lee? Mary Lou for
Miss
that
Mary
rate.
Lou.
Also,
Nobody does it
here you
like
go,
70.
silence. Here you go, silence. This is your bulletin
All
board
right.
moment.
Music Exposed bulletin board for this week. I'm gonna have to post links in the chat this time because actually you might have noticed if you checked earlier today that musicexposed.show is down for server migration this weekend. So it should be up within the next few hours. But I'm going to post the links in the chat. I will post them on Twitter after the show as well. For our new releases for this week, a huge one this week from our good friend Other Glow. For those of you that don't know him, Other Glow is probably a big part of the reason that I'm actually streaming on Twitch today. And he finally, after millions of years of working on it, dropped his track Gray Sky. It is an amazing, amazing song. It's very indie rock, very ethereal, lots of great guitar, lots of great stuff going on in it. He also had one of his biggest gigs ever on Twitch last night, so make sure that you check him out. And no, Sarah still doesn't know who he is, even though he has all these amazing songs. So that's fine. That's okay. He used to be known as Hikiko Mori Music. So for those of you who've been around for a while, you might have known him as Hikiko Mori, and he's been Other Glow for a little while now, and also a full-time streamer now, which is, that's a huge achievement. I have to give him that Kazuo fanfare. Huge achievement. So glad that he could do that. Also this week, why do you have 75 links, Other Glow? That's the one that you posted that I stuck. See, this is your problem, bro. All right, so use that one instead that he just posted, since he has 75 links to the song. I literally grabbed that off your Twitter, so if it's wrong, if it's wrong, it's your fault, because that came from your Twitter. Anyway, so no, you didn't. Anyway, Tyler Levs, if you emailed it to me, whatever, doesn't matter. Search it on Spotify.
Who are we talking
There's the
about?
right link. Other Glow. Next release
Sorry.
From Tyler Levs Music. If you guys don't know Tyler Levs, he just dropped a new single called Everything to Me. Let me paste that in the chat. I literally take these links off Twitter, so if they're wrong, that means they posted the wrong link, not me. So Tyler Levs has a new single out. Make sure you check that out. Mid Dream just dropped another new electronica single with a video that's soon to follow called By My Side. You know what, chat? I don't have to do this. I will turn this bulletin board right around. Anyway, Other Glow, Tyler Levs, Mid Dream has a new song out. Samuel Tucker Young just dropped his new album called Timber Wolf, which is here. Make sure you check that out. There's also a title track to that you can check out that we have there. And finally, last but not least, our friends at CA in LA dropped a new cover video for a cover of There Is a Light That Never Goes Out. So that video is here. All of these will be available within the next 24 hours on the musicexposed.show site. As I mentioned, that site is currently down for maintenance. So as soon as that comes back up, we will make sure that is available there. So again, Other Glow, Tyler Levs, Mid Dream, Samuel Tucker Young, CA in LA, and that is your Music Exposed bulletin board for this week.
What is it? Did you do something stupid?
We got the webcam working.
Oh, great.
There we go.
That's awesome. Hello. Well,
Hey.
I'm going to
Hello.
introduce Miss Mary Lou. Whee! There we go. Hello.
Woohoo!
How are you today?
Hi. Hello.
Oh, hello.
We were expecting you.
I'm doing pretty well. I'm having my first couple cups of the day, you know. Pop on that caffeine train. How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing wonderful. We're just, you know.
That's good.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
That's all we needed.
For those of you who don't know, we always have to preface it with Mary Lou.
Yeah.
So Mary Lou has a condition, which is why she has the burp emote. We don't have the command in here. So a lot of people are like, wow, why is Mary Lou so rude? And she is rude, and she is a cult leader, so don't get me wrong there.
That's true.
But unfortunately, she has a condition that makes her burp. And so instead of shitting on her about it and being rude and mean, we just turned it into a joke on the channel at this point. So we've counted down. Actually, she just literally hit 1,500 on stream, and so we did a special
congratulations! That's awesome.
Thank you. 1,500 burps. When we hit milestones, we have classy burp-iversary tea parties where I wear a fancy dress and a petticoat and read Shakespeare, all to celebrate how my acid reflux hasn't murdered my vocal cords yet.
That's true, which is a great thing because I know how bad that can be for your vocal cords.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. They do a good old endoscopy periodically to make sure that everything is looking good, and we're good.
So I'm gonna jump right into it
because we don't have a lot of time.
I'm ready.
I guess.
I got. No, we'll make a little. Maybe there'll be
we'll
some.
Make
overtime.
some overtime.
Make some overtime. But you know, I know a lot of people. It was kind of cool on this stream because a lot of people that are watching today had never seen you before and didn't realize, you know, that they needed to join your cult. But you have one of the more interesting. I brought this up earlier. You have one of the more interesting backgrounds of any streamer on Twitch. So I want to talk a little bit about how, before we even get to how you made it to Twitch, let's talk a little bit about how you made it into the industries that you made it into. So tell us the story, or tell us a little bit about how you made it to LA. And I want to talk a little bit about the careers you had before you made it to Twitch.
Yeah, so I have lived by the life philosophy for a while now that I like to call the spaghetti technique, which is learn a bunch of stuff, hone a bunch of different tools in your toolbox, and then throw spaghetti at the walls and see what sticks. So I have been studying classical voice privately for a long time. And then I studied musical theater and classical voice and acting in college. But after college, everyone was like, I want to go to New York. And I'm like, well, everyone's going to New York. I want to be different. And New York smells like garbage in the summer. I love New York City. I'm sorry.
That is true.
And yeah, I decided I wanted to move out to Los Angeles because there's a lot more room in different industries for people that are in a gray area. I am definitely a gray area human. Especially at the time when I graduated college, I had this big voice, this big leading lady voice, but I was like 22 years old. Like, what are we gonna do with you? And all that kind of stuff. So I was like, well, you know, Los Angeles needs all kinds of different people and different genres. So when I actually moved to LA, in 2013, September 2013, so we're coming up on too many years. I did this good old spaghetti technique when I got here, and it turns out my first career in LA was actually modeling. I was a professional model.
Wow.
Nice.
For a couple of years. You know, I really enjoy it, and I think there's a real craft and a real art to it, but the industry is really rough.
How does one become a professional model? I'm curious about that. Like, how does that start? Does someone introduce you, or do you answer a casting call?
Do you want to
how
become
does that
one?
happen?
I mean, Silence, I think, especially with that blue hair,
yeah,
you have
right.
a unique look going for
Listen,
you.
I was expecting you today. I tried to predict Mary Lou's movements, and I was wrong because I was expecting her to have the red hat on today, and of course today she has her Girl Scouts beret on as opposed to the red hat. So
that's a Ravenclaw pin there.
Okay, I was trying to match, and I failed again.
Yeah. By the way, Primo, thank you so much for gifting that sub to ZBrush Princess.
Yes. So anyway, how does one become a professional model? How does that start?
I mean, just like with any path in the arts, it's different for literally everybody. How my path started is I responded to a casting call online. You like pay for these websites where you can see where people are auditioning. And then one of the calls I actually booked, one of the people that worked on it used to model all over the place. She was in Vogue, she was in all the things, and she was like, "You're amazing. Let's make this happen." So I kind of went down that route for a while, but I decided that I liked me more than my pursuit of my career, especially in things like fashion. I have not a classic body type. I am a string bean, and I don't have the classic body type, particularly in fashion, things like LA Fashion Week. I have an athletic body type where your waist, this might be triggering for someone who measurements might freak out a little bit. So just a little bit of a trigger warning. The industry standard is that your waist is 10 inches smaller than your bust and hips, and your bust and hips are supposed to be the same. Now, I have an athletic body type where, you know, it's like 7 inches or something, not that big of a deal. So literally, in order to be successful in my field, I would have had to do what a lot of people do, which is have my lower rib or two removed. And I was just not willing to do that. Yeah, you probably weren't expecting that. I was just like, you know what? I like my ribs.
Yeah.
I think they're great. So I did a little bit more beauty modeling after that point, like skincare and stuff like that. And then I just decided, you know what? I'm out. I do it now I'm very, very picky. I have a friend who has a vintage shop that I do some modeling for her sometimes. But other than that, I'm pretty much out of it.
Oh, that's...
Does that answer your question? I forgot. What was the question?
The question was, how do you get into it? Because apparently Silence wants to get into it and is very interested.
No, I was asking because I thought it was an interesting question.
No, I
Sarah.
think you are interested. I think he's very interested. Also, a question. I have a question. What tea are you drinking right now?
Oh yeah, so I'm drinking a tea that I made it with my friend. I have a tea collection. Okay, so this still blows my freaking mind.
It's been
and my
posted in the chat a number of times too. So people in the chat, if you're interested in the tea.
Yeah, my mods have to remind me, like when people come in from a raid, they're like, talk about the fact that you have a tea collection and you sell it and they can buy it.
It is. The tea is made of people, though. That we won't lie to you about that. But...
I mean, I technically am under NDA. I'm not able to discuss exactly what's in it, who our suppliers of humans are. But yeah, the tea I'm drinking is my blend from the collection, the Miss Mary Lou Rose Garden, which is a fresh Earl Grey with rose petals. We have citrus embers, which I made for my fiance, which is an oolong with blood orange. And then I have a tea inspired by my little hobbits' kitties, Merry and Pippin. And it's a decaf black with apricot and white sage. So
that sounds delicious.
Yeah, my brain can't comprehend that I was able to like make these things and put them into the universe. It's a collaboration with my good friend and tea sommelier, Tea Spectral.
There's a tea sommelier? I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know that either.
It's a whole thing. Yeah, so she has her own tea shop, Tea Spectral. So I was like, I want this. And she was like, okay.
Okay.
How nice.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
So you're drinking your own tea. I like it. So you're brainwashing yourself. I understand.
Give me my wig back. So have you...
No.
So Mary Lou, have you... I guess you have performed on stage, right? Music, singing, etc.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
A bunch.
Yeah. How do you... How would you compare that to, or the music or acting and just that aspect of the entertainment industry to the modeling entertainment industry? How would you compare the two?
I feel like modeling is definitely much more, it feels like a more solo endeavor. Like you are working on you and you are eating a certain way and you are trying to look a certain way and trying to meet people at certain events. So it feels almost like a little us against the world kind of industry. And then you just hope that the photographer is nice and stuff like that. Whereas music performance in general, you have that key audience connection. You have that key community connection, which it's palpable when it's live. But on Twitch streaming, it's really like you're just cultivating this community, and you can't hear them, but you can see that they're there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels like it's a much more of a team effort in music and performing arts in that kind of round, as opposed to modeling, which is very isolating in a way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Was that hard for you when you made the transition over into streaming, where it's obviously more dependent on you and kind of your own efforts? Obviously you were a model, so you're used to that, but did you find that having to do kind of your own production more challenging, less challenging, or you just didn't think about it when you started it?
So when I started Twitch, actually, I had already been on YouTube for like 4 years. So I had already had a lot of practice being a one-woman show. It's not a music channel, it's a tea party channel. So we talk about like mental health and positive
that's cool.
things and tea, obviously. And I, make all of my derpy faces, and it's a good time. So when I came onto streaming, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, this is so much easier. Like just production value wise, because I was like, oh man, I don't have to edit.
Yeah, you can edit real time if you,
Yeah. And that was a huge thing with YouTube. Actually, I was experiencing some burnout from the editing. And I was like, oh my gosh, Twitch is amazing.
Yeah.
And then just getting used to talking with a chat. It's been a really smooth transition for me.
Mm-hmm. How did you find out about Twitch? Why did you even make the transition or even think about the transition from YouTube to Twitch?
Oh yeah, actually, a good friend of mine who's also a streamer. Shout out to She Nova Weirdo.
Oh yeah.
Singer-songwriter, weirdo unicorn alien extraordinaire. She's a dear friend of mine in real life. We used to live like walking distance from each other. I've since moved across town, but she and I had both been doing YouTube, and then someone had told her about streaming music on Twitch. She had been doing it for 4 months, 6 months or something. And she was like, yo, Mary Lou, there's this place on the internet where there are nice people that listen and want to support, and you can do it, and it's like a job, and it's amazing. And me coming from like YouTube trolls, I was like, no. that doesn't exist. No, you're lying. But she eventually convinced me to start trying Twitch. She even like sat with me in my apartment one night, and she's like, this is how you use OBS for stream elements, and this is how I do my overlays, and let's make some commands for you. And yeah, that kind of launched it and took off from there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So you talked about the mental health aspect of your stream. Has that always been an aspect of your stream since day one? And how do you find like people responding to that message in your stream? Like what do you think is the general response when you start talking about mental health topics or issues, as it comes to the tea space?
Yeah, so I found overall the reaction from people in the community has been really good. I had already been doing positive conversations around mental health on YouTube, and also on my podcast, Positivity, which is just
so many tea puns, Mary.
Yeah,
so many
I know.
tea puns.
It's too easy,
right?
We actually have a tea pun counter in my channel chat as well.
Does anybody know how many you are already?
I'm sure Bardic knows. Bardic knows everything about Mary. He's got it on lock.
So I had already kind of been making that a big part of my reason for being online, was having positive conversations around mental health and just normalizing it. And the response has been really, really wonderful. And I'm glad I was able to incorporate it into streams. I make it very clear I am not a therapist. I am not a professional.
Yeah.
And we have a saying on my channel is, you are the most important person in your life. You need to take care of you. So someone is like, sorry, I've had something going on. I haven't been here. Or, oh, I have to go. I'm sorry. Or, oh, I'm feeling this way. It's like, you are the most important person in your life. You are worth the investment.
Yes.
You're worth the investment in your time. If you don't have money, time. If you do have money, if you can get help, depending on what your healthcare system is like. So I'm a huge advocate for just talking about it, because isolation is a huge part of several mental health conditions that I myself have experienced. Isolation is no fun. So just by addressing it, we're doing some good. And then emphasizing, seek help, you're worth it. You are the most important thing in your life.
That's awesome and very true.
Yeah,
I
for
agree
sure.
with that.
And no, it's not a cult, Silence.
Don't
I
listen
mean,
to her.
it kind of sounds like a cult.
It is a cult. It is a
It
cult.
kind of sounds. I mean, it maybe is. We will never know. do
I actually did create an emote inspired by Silence. He came in my chat one day and redeemed my channel tea leaf points for an improvised loop about cults.
Allegedly.
And it kind of turned into something that
Allegedly.
he then remastered and made it amazing. So I'm going to put it in chat right now. I made these teacup variation.
Oh.
Allegedly evil. Allegedly. I
Oh,
did
they're
that.
so cute. They're little evil teacups. Oh, they're
Because
so
I
No,
have
I
the-
have to be honest, like and with Mary here, I know we've talked about this privately before, but it's like Mary Lou's stream is not a stream I would typically hang out in. And that actually kind of leads into the next question I have, because normally it's not to say that I hate positivity or anything like that. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
enjoy
do.
positivity, but I also feel like a lot of streams that do that kind of thing come off as really hammy to me, or it's like it's a little bit too over the top. Like, I can take it for a little bit, but Mary also has a really good sense of humor, which really helps keep it light or interesting and go in bizarre directions and things like that. And so my next question is, I know that your goal is often keep the stream really positive, really light, but because of your sense of humor, have you ever had like an R-rated moment on stream, or something that wasn't supposed to happen or wasn't supposed to come out that came out while you were on stream, or the chat turned in that direction?
Well, I've definitely dropped some F-bombs on accident. So whoops for me. But, you know, sometimes the mental health conversation gets a little bit heavier, just depending on, you know, where chat wants to go. We've talked about things that maybe aren't so PG, like self-harm.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much, other than cursing. And, you know, we do talk about abuse sometimes, because that's a huge part of my past and my recovery process is abuse. And I know maybe that's not something that you would always want, like, your 4-year-old niece or nephew watching with you.
Yeah.
But my approach to all these conversations and for spreading love and light is like, you got to be human about it.
Very true. Yeah.
I am not a
Yeah.
robot. I am not a robot. I am a person who drinks tea and makes mistakes
Yeah.
and feels things. And I'm not happy all the time. No one is happy all the time. That's the stupidest expectation ever. So I just like being superhuman about stuff is, I mean, not like superhuman, but being very human about stuff is very important. And burps.
Can we?
Are my mods counting these burps
Yeah.
over on my counter?
They are.
Do those
I'm
count?
sure they
You
are.
should.
Okay,
You
good.
should. I hope the mods are hard at work. So I have another question. What were some of the most memorable moments that you had on stage? Like, not on Twitch, but like on stage. Any people that you have performed with that inspire you, or, you know, moments or achievements, anything like that?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite moments was when I was in college, and I got to sing with the Little Apple Big Band, who is famous bari sax player. What's his name? Bruce Johnstone. I got to perform with Bruce Johnstone and his band. And honestly, me in front of a big band is, I hope that's where I go after whatever happens after life. You know, and I got to
How
wear
have you not ended up with somebody like Postmodern Jukebox? As we get more of a follow, we gotta submit.
Oh man, I would love that. That would be amazing. Or even like a 4-piece band just behind me. But yeah, performing with Bruce Johnstone and his band was really freaking awesome. I got to wear a gown and like, that was absolutely incredible. And then since I moved to California, most of the live performance that I've done as far as singing goes is actually for charity events. I'm with a group and we put on different cabarets and stuff like that. And I've met some really, really incredible, like old Broadway people that way. And those are particularly fun because it's not like a super, super formal concert.
Yeah.
And like cabaret style is just delightful. And being able to do it for a good cause is my favorite thing. So,
yeah.
Awesome.
That's amazing. So going from there, we talked about the burps and now we've had 2 of them. So I want to ask you this. What's the worst thing that anyone has ever said about you about the burps on stream? And have you ever had anybody that's like outright lectured you or like gone pretty far about the burp thing on stream?
Did you know that burps are a sexy time thing for some people?
I did not.
What?
Oh, God.
Wait, what?
Oh, you betcha.
I did not know that.
Wait, that's why sometimes people come into my chat, complete randoms. They're like, "Can you please burp to the microphone?" And I'm like, "What? Excuse me."
Oh yeah.
What is wrong with the internet? All of you people need to meet actual human beings and stop being like, feet and burps are attractive. Ha ha ha. God,
I'm a lady.
I'm a lady. Bananas.
Bananas. Yeah. So I first noticed this was a fetish subculture on YouTube. I did a burp compilation. It got more views in an hour, in a day, in 2 days out of anything I've ever posted in my entire life. It got onto Reddit and kind of went around. And then I untagged and took off all things that in text that hinted it was a burp video. And I got a lot of comments.
Oh my God.
So I know now from streaming
Good Lord.
that, after I burp, like after a raid or something, I throw in the casual disclaimer, it's a medical condition. I can't do it on command, so don't ask. Because I have had a couple people, they'll start out with something like, "My mom and I think burps are funny.
Oh.
Do you think that's weird?" Like, no, burps are freaking hilarious. Like, amazing. Okay. You haven't burped since I've been here, though. Could you? And I'm like, okay, we're done. PG, BB.
Yeah, I always thought that they were trolls, but apparently there's a lot. Yeah. I always thought they were just trolls who were like, "Oh, burp for me." And I'm like, okay. No. I mean, I never said okay. I mean, but like, I didn't know that was a fetish. I mean, it's like the sneezing. There's also sneezing compilations. Maybe you're part of them and don't know.
Oh yeah, I have a question for both of you.
Oh
God.
What kind of fetish website do you really hope you're not on?
None, to be honest. I want to be in all of them.
That's, no publicity is bad publicity. I'm going to agree with you there.
Would you be on a feet site, though, Silence?
No. I actually have nice feet. I won't hide it. Like, I take care of my feet. I take care of my feet and my hands. Like, I took care of my feet because when I started as a musician, I was a drummer. And obviously you use your feet a lot and you need to take care of them. And then it was the same thing. So I have good hands and feet.
Okay.
I don't know. I would never, like, somebody brought this up in my Discord today. I would never appear semi-nude on the internet or anything like that. Like, I am not confident or comfortable enough in myself for that. It just never will happen. People are like, oh, Silas is going to strip down to his underwear on Music Exposed. I'm like, no, that'll never happen. You couldn't pay me enough to do that.
I always thought if there's ever nudes that are gonna get leaked by me on the internet, the first thing I'm gonna do is open an OnlyFans with exactly those pictures.
It's a smart idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. If there's any leakage, that's what I'm gonna, because there's no other way that I can, that's like damage control, and I'm making money with it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I love my body, so cool.
Yeah, would you, so would you mind being on any fetish site yourself?
I mean, my thing is it doesn't quite fit with my brand.
Yeah,
if
that's
I can
true.
use that word, that's a very Los Angeles word. I apologize.
No. That's, but it makes sense, yeah.
So yeah, it would probably hurt my chances for working with certain brands and stuff that I would like to work with. So that would be the detrimental part of it for sure. But I mean, I look great, so.
Yeah. I think it would hurt me too, but I think my whole channel hurts me, so who cares?
Yeah, that's true. Same here. My entire life is a testament to failure. I feel you there.
Yeah. It's very true. Yeah. So you brought this up yourself, and I want to know. There's something that you mentioned. There's something about a flash mob. Tell us about that. What happened? Why did it happen? And
okay, yeah. So it's really hard for me to find a clip that I'm embarrassed about because I fully own and love my doofy, goofy, silly moments. I'm a comedian lady.
Yeah.
Brother ladies. But I have not always been that way. So there was this in college. I had to do this thing for a dance class where we were gonna do a campus flash mob to High School Musical. The only problem is my instructor didn't understand what a flash mob was.
oh no.
So basically, we just learned the choreography for one chorus. And then instead of us like meandering around campus, all of a sudden music's playing. One person starts dancing. And all of a sudden more people start dancing. She announced to everybody, hey, we're going to be on the grass by this building at this time. Come and watch us flash mob. So it was literally all of us just standing there awkwardly on the grass. My dance instructor pulled up her truck onto the lawn, started blasting High School Musical, and we're all just like, okay, dance now. Flash mob. Good God. And of course, the entire theater department is watching on the sidewalk, laughing their faces off because it's ridiculous. And then all of a sudden, the campus police show up, break up our pitiful excuse of a flash mob. And they're like, well, I'm sorry. The chancellor, for whatever important human, was in the building that we were flash mobbing in front of. And apparently it was like a very, very important meeting. So they're like, the chancellor's here, so you can't do this. And you can't have that vehicle parked on that lawn. What does my dance instructor do? Literally, vroom, vroom, drive away and leave us all just like standing there.
I can't.
Because campus police were like, you can't do these things. I was definitely not as comfortable in my body at that time. I was not as confident of a person. So I would say probably the most embarrassing part of it was just having to be there at all.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That sounds terrible. The story alone is making me cringe.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the thing, like I said, we only learned one chorus of choreography. So we're all standing in an awkward group on the grass.
Oh, no.
Doing the same. Wild cats. Da-da-da. We really got it go.
Oh, no. Did she at least get fired?
No, she was tenured, so.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
So, yeah, that was the flash mob that wasn't.
It sounds wonderful, though. Sounds like a great experience.
So I actually
it's a great story.
have a question that also has to do, your brand and everything. You know, you have a certain brand, you have a certain image, and Music Exposed has a, you know, is not very PG. You know, sometimes we talk about molded tongues in orifices and stuff like that. But yeah,
never do
why would you, as a PG person or a PG creator, accept to be on a show with these two weirdos?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Well, first of all, these two weirdos are my friends.
Aw.
The Silence Noise knows way too much about me anyway. And I love creators that do stuff. I love, you know, especially living in, okay, but no, hear me out on this point.
I have to interrupt with this. Jimmy the Cannon in chat. That would be my response. Good question, Leaves. That would have been perfect.
Yeah,
that would have been great. You're way funnier than I. So yeah, I'm in the land where people are big dreamers, right? I'm in Los Angeles. Everyone wants to be the next Spielberg, screenwriter, pop star person, whatever. I know so many people that have all of these ideas, and some of them are great ideas.
Yeah.
And then nothing ever freaking happens.
True. True.
Technically now, in LA, my jobs are, other than Twitch, are voice acting and producing, because I want people to actually freaking make stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
With their ideas. And the fact that you guys took this idea and made something is freaking awesome. And I want to support awesome humans doing awesome things.
Aw, thank you.
So it doesn't matter that it's not PG. I don't care.
I know there were some. What's funny is none of the streamers that have booked have brought up this point, but streamers that either have not booked or are concerned about it have brought up concerns about certain streamers being on the show. And one of the things that's interesting to me is that it very clearly states we're pretty organized in how we organize the show and send it out and schedule people and all that. One of the very first
get organized.
And one of the things that's so important, that's right at the top in big bold letters, is that this is an 18+ like late night format. Expect adult humor, that kind of thing. And it's amazing how people will get defensive for other people, as opposed to, like, you know, Mary was like, no, great, I'll be on this, no problem. But then, you know, you might get a message from someone else that's like, well, did you know that Nerdy Singer Kate is coming up and she's like a G-rated streamer? And I'm like, she read the instructions and she's probably watched an episode or two of the show at this point. But there's people that are more upset for you than you probably are for yourself.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm not upset.
No, it's just interesting. It's interesting how that plays out. And now that we're in overtime, it's overtime. All right. So now that we've made it there, do you feel like, as someone that's obviously got your kind of own thing in your own T space, do you feel like you have your own kind of clique? Or we were talking about music streamer cliques earlier, or like a clique or a group of streamers that you are in more than others? Or, and on the other side, do you feel like there are some streamers that you're not in that clique, or you might even be like, I wouldn't want to be associated with those people?
I mean, I kind of watch a lot of random people. I like a lot of different things, a lot of different kinds of music. And cliques stress me out. So I probably wouldn't say I'm in a clique, but there are some streamers that I'm closer friends with that I will tune into more often. Like Claire Pix is one of them. Claire's a really good friend of mine. And also being in her streams, whether or not we were close friends behind the scenes, her streams just make me happy. She does cozy loops. She's damn good at it. And her cats pop in stream all the time. So
yeah.
I don't know, because I hang out with a lot of streamers that other streamers maybe don't know. Like, I love hanging out with Ed Plays Jazz, who I feel like is maybe a little bit more a satellite beyond some people's radars.
Oh, for sure. Well, he was so good on the show too.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah. Oh, Ed's amazing. I love Ed. And I don't know. I feel like if there's a stream that I'm not as familiar with, I see it less as like a clique and like, oh, I just don't know that person.
Yeah.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Mary,
And
you're
I
so
could get to know that
wholesome. It's so
person.
annoying.
It's
Where's
so
your
annoying.
drama?
Everybody's
You're so annoying.
fucking
God.
wholesome all the time. But
I'm so nice. I'm a good person. See, Sarah, this is why you and I did this show together, because no one else likes us. So.
that's true. That's why we are perfect, because we're like instigate these questions where it's like, so who do you hate? Who do you hate? And everybody's like, oh, I love everybody. Everybody's so unique and everybody's amazing in their own way. And we're like, that's fucking stupid. Where are you seeing that? We wanted you to say something different. Say how stupid everything is.
Because I wouldn't have put Mary in a particular clique. That's why I thought the question was interesting, because I'm wondering if she was like, yeah, I feel like I'm with this kind of group of streamers.
Yeah.
I was curious to see, but I'm not. I guess I'm also not surprised that she's not, which is why I threw that question in there.
I mean,
it isn't about being toxic. I legit wonder those things. I wonder if people who are kind of in like cliques of people, like, you know, there's certain groups of partners that always seem to be together and they only collab with each other and they only raid each other, and like that's what they do. Even if they're not on a stream team or anything, like that's their thing. And then there are obviously the lone wolves and the people who are kind of out there. And then, you know, there's different cliques that have formed. Like, I definitely think I'm part of a clique of like all the original musicians.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
I tend to be in that group of people who are doing original stuff.
Yeah.
And they tend to be the people I hang out with the most.
You're in
too,
the weirdo section.
Well, yeah, I've always been in that. I'm in the standing in the corner pretending I'm a human being clique.
I mean, let's be real. I've never been a cookie cutter kind of person, ever. I've always been a bit of a misfit in that way. Like, oh, I studied opera, but I sing jazz. Who does that? I, you know, I love vintage fashion, but I burp like I don't know, a very large person. I'm very much someone that lives in opposites and drifts in between.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I could pretend to be like something, but that sounds awful.
Yeah, exactly.
And even career-wise too, that's one of the best things that I found in voice acting is it's all the misfit weirdos.
Yeah, for sure.
Who like to, you know, literally close themselves in their closet and make weird noises.
Yes.
Voice acting is all of the misfit weirdos.
So now that you said that, I'm curious, because this is something I definitely did as a kid. Were you a kid that had a tape recorder and used to record yourself doing voices or doing skits or doing lots of stuff as a kid? And do you still have any of those tapes?
No, I don't think so. I can think of one cassette tape that I can picture what it looks like, but I've done so much downsizing. I'm currently building a tiny house right now, so I've done so much downsizing that, like, I think that is, like, long gone.
Yeah.
It was cute, though. One side was labeled Mary's singing tape, and the other side was, like, I made haunted house soundscapes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, I would pretend that the Barbie my sister had was like drowning in the bathtub and make noises
Mary,
and stuff.
see, the more I get to know you, the more I realize you and I have things in common. Because I'm like, Mary's so wholesome. But then when I was a kid, I did all the same stuff. So for me, what I like to do is I like to record fake news reports. So as a kid, my dream in life was to be a fucking weatherman. I'm not kidding. Like, I wanted to be a meteorologist so bad. Like, that was my dream.
You have the green screen. You go, Glen Coco.
Yeah, that was my goal as a kid when I was like, but I used to record news reports. Like, I would do a fake news and I would sing my own. And the reports were always horribly awful. It'd be like, someone blew up 6 planes today, and it would be stuff like that. And I was like 3 or 4, so I have no idea where this influence was coming from of like a briefcase bomb released gas in the airport and killed 150 people. Like, that was my whole youth. So that would fit. That's why I'm like, you recorded, of course, Halloween Barbie death tape, and it's
yeah,
it would've
totally.
gone perfectly.
And I used to sit butt naked on my bathroom counter in front of the mirror with a hairbrush and do the same freaking thing. I'd be like, today there was the massacre down at the school. Da, 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 da.
That's interesting because
my
I
God,
used to do
Mary.
that, but in written form. I used to do this weekly newspaper around the house, and I would report on all the drama in the house. Like I even like printed and made my own sponsors like for the magazine. Like it was like it. Yeah, I did like buy this
That's why
now.
you're more successful than me.
Why? Because
You have the spot.
You were getting
You already
brand
knew
deals
how to
from
make
young
money.
age.
You were already
Yeah.
monetizing it at 3. You're like, I've got sponsors. I know who's sponsoring and paying me
yeah,
to do
it was
this.
like stupid
Sarah has that
sponsors too.
mind.
It was like I don't know what it was, but it was like buy 3 and get 1 off or something. I don't know, of something stupid. Like it was always something stupid, and it would always have like 2 ads in them or something, and then in between it would be like the drama between the family, and it's like I have piles and piles of those newspapers. And yeah, that's what I
my
used
God.
to do.
I'm with you guys so much. That was like my entire childhood was doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then it went on until I was probably a teenager. I know most of those tapes are gone in my case too, because I haven't had a tape player in 15 years, and you know all those were in old houses and stuff. But oh my God, yeah, it's amazing how many actors and people have that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh man, I
interesting.
left my boombox out in the rain once. That was a really sad day.
no.
I know, not the boombox.
Yeah, not the boombox.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah, I think my tape recorder was like a really crappy one. It wasn't even like a boombox. It was one of the flat ones.
Yeah.
That just had the pop-up
Same.
lid. Like it was not even a good one
Yeah.
there.
I wouldn't record voices, but I would record mixes like DJs. I would do DJ sets. I would do
I
like
did that
country
too.
music,
Did that
and then I would only record the chorus of the country music, and before that I would record like house music, like techno, and it would be like my achy breaky heart.
amazing.
I just don't think you understand.
I like it. So you made house remixes of country songs.
Yes,
I
I
like
loved it. That was like my favorite, especially Christmas country songs. That was my specialty. Nobody liked it, by the way.
Dang.
Yeah, nobody liked it. It was just
You
my
find
humor.
that about your stream now too. You're like, this is why no one likes my stream, because I would probably spend an entire stream today making house mixes of country
Yes.
songs. You probably would.
I would.
I'd be
I would. I should
Parked
maybe.
with a truck down by the lake in my truck outside of Santa Fe at Christmas.
Yes, I agree. I think that's the best way to approach it.
And then the same again. Also, I have.
I like how your version, Mary, it felt like a little more kind of Indian music oriented.
Yeah. I mean, they're different
It was a
every
different
time.
beat.
You know,
I like
it's a little bit
I like it.
reggaeton. Okay, I have another overtime question. Overtime.
I want to say very quickly
Yes.
that the outfit that I'm currently wearing is legit something I would wear in real life. Anyway, moving on.
Same
So
though.
you're a real life Girl Scout, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Got it.
Same though.
I'd wear this because I don't care what people think of me, so I would wear this
Dude,
in
we
public.
should go out, all 3 of us, looking like complete opposites. You know?
I call silence.
Yeah.
You want to? I'll go out dressed like Mary Lou. I just have to find a wig
Yeah.
that looks like her
Well-
and librarian clothes that fit me.
I'll just dress like myself, I guess. You know.
Mary Lou has the best Twitch Sings avatar because I could do Sarah Jazz too. I'm fine with that because her avatar looks just like her, and also I'm like, how did you find librarian clothes in Twitch Sings? I
had
really
to
enjoy
really
it.
look hard.
Oh.
I was
Yeah,
like,
you
you
took your time.
I like to call my style grandma chic with a
true.
Parisian flair.
Mm.
I am actually
Grandma
an
chic.
85-year-old whiskey drinking out of a teacup woman
That's true.
in
They throw
a
it a war.
30-year-old body.
Yes. I like that. But also,
anyway.
I didn't ask my question. Did
Go ahead
you
and ask your question.
on Twitch? Have you had some drama with other streamers? Don't name any names if yes, but
the beef?
tell us about it if you
Who
have.
doesn't
Oh.
know Mary Lou?
Please.
Totally. I am, to one streamer in particular, not to mention any names,
Yeah.
I am the drama llama.
What?
Yeah.
And yes, they call me the drama llama.
Mm,
And they basically decided to turn me into countless memes and make me their channel mascot. It's one of the best and most effortful trolling schemes ever. Where obviously we're talking about the silence noise.
Yeah. You shouldn't have said that. Chat would probably be like, "What? That's horrible."
I would never have noticed that ever. I would never have noticed.
That's
that.
horrible. No, who would do that? But have you actually?
No, it's amazing.
Have you actually had like drama or somebody who doesn't like you, or something?
I mean,
like
I've had random trolls who are like, "Your face sucks." And I'm like,
I mean,
that's gonna be my new troll in your chat now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna show him and be like, "Your face
Your
sucks.
face
Mario.
sucks."
Your face sucks."
I kind of love seeing how fast my mods can just like swing the blade on trolls. But yeah, no, never any kind of beef with other streamers. It took me a minute to understand what the silence noise was doing.
It did.
And I was
It
like,
did.
who is this human that thinks that we're a cult and likes when I'm a derp? And then I was like, oh my God, wait, this is amazing. Don't ever stop. But yeah, no, never, not any bad blood, so to speak. And I mean, like, if there ever were, I'm really over dealing with toxic, manipulative, abusive people in my life. And I just show them the door, which I've been doing a lot in my personal life recently. And it's freaking great.
That's good. That's very good.
And you have so many good friends. You also have so many good friends that are streamers too, it seems like, and lots of people that are there to kind of like rebound from that. They would end up in the tea. That is true, Tammy. I agree. That is true. If they cause problems, they end up in the next blend.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, do you have another question, Silence, or?
I mean, I could talk to Mary all day, but I think
Oh
we've
wow,
covered
get a room.
a lot of ground. I know. Ooh.
You don't have any other burning questions? Anyone in chat have burning questions?
Yeah, that's
If
chat.
anybody in the
What
chat
do
has
you
anything they
want to
want us to
know?
do that as well. Doing a friend clean out myself, super all thing cleansing. See, you know, I do what's called the reverse friend clean out, where I don't have any friends in the first place.
Same.
And so I have no one to clean. I have no one to clean out because no
Same.
one actually likes me.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, people are like, "What do you do in your real life?" And I'm like, "What does that even mean?" Like, I don't
Real
even
life?
have-
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Am I
like,
not
what is
here right
that?
now? That's my real life. What are you talking about?
That's right. I don't have friends. What is this? What is this?
I have
what
like
is this
2
about?
or
Like,
3 friends, and they're all online, and it's great. And I'm very
I don't even
lonely.
have
Please
that.
help
All
me.
my friends are online people. I mean, and my friends online like don't even think of me as being on their show. You know, it's my show, and I'm the guest. That's a good contribution to that. We
I
just do
agree.
that.
That's
I
what I
agree.
have to say about that.
I need
Actually,
chat vote on this because I had a wonderful idea that Mary and I have talked about at some point, that we need to do this collab where instead of using the Mary clips, of which I have many, many Mary clips, to have Mary on my stream as a guest star and to continually kick to her the whole time to like live do things like I would have her do on my stream. I think that would be the greatest collab of all time, chat. What do you think?
yeah, I would be like the live meme person.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
just like cue you to dirt.
Meme interpreter. I love that idea.
What
I will come to
instruments do
LA.
I play?
I've come as soon as COVID's over. I'll be in LA. I'm down. I've already, as you guys have seen, I'm willing to do the IRL collabs. I'm game.
So what instruments
Yes.
do you play, Mary Lou? Primo just asked that.
Yeah, I grew up as a flautist, actually. I pull out my flute on my
flauta.
stream occasionally, and we do, some like Harry Potter music and Lord of the Rings.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I had to learn how to play keyboard in college, music major stuff, but I'm not great and I have not touched it. My main instrument I play now is the ukulele because I needed something that I could play to play with myself. Oh, that sounds terrible out of context.
That's
I
right.
mean,
Someone clip that,
the
please.
flute-
Someone clip
the
that.
flute-
Bardic.
The flute is perfect for that, let's be honest. I mean, it's not really, it's a little bit thin, maybe not the perfect size, but it's long. You know.
Yeah, and because I play the ukulele, I can pretend to play the guitar, kind of. And then like random things. I used to be really good at the tin whistle and the recorder. Like generally any kind of like little woodwind whistly type thing, I pick up on very easily.
Yeah.
So
Did you ever try the
yeah,
saxophone
or-
then?
Never.
Oh, you should then.
I've never played the only instrument with a reed I've ever played. I played the oboe for a summer.
Oh gosh, the oboe
which
is
a
horrible.
double reed.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I really liked it, but it messed up my breathing for my singing.
Oh, interesting.
Because the thing with double reeds is so little air can
Yeah.
get through. When you breathe, you literally have to breathe out and then breathe back in because you have so much air backup being pressured behind
Yeah.
the reed. And I was like, this is weird.
Yeah. The oboe
Um,
is horrible. I used to play with this oboist. She was a concert oboist. And everybody knows when you play with an oboist, all the instruments have to be tuned by the oboe. And it's just, that thing is from hell. I hated it. I hated having to play with that person. She was very, very talented at the accordion too. But the whole like oboe, no, I had to play with those things way too much. I hate, it's not my thing. No, please. No.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is it's really easy to be really awful at the oboe.
Yeah.
when they're really good and they're really skilled, I think it can be really freaking awesome, but when it's not, which is most of the time.
Yeah. I mean,
can be
she was
difficult.
like skilled and she, did orchestra work and whatever, and she was good, but in my ears it always sounds wrong. But also I hate the clarinet.
Because there's not a lot of overtones.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, the clarinet.
Yeah. I also hate the clarinet.
Yeah, the oboe
You
is
can get
most
good sounds.
stripped
You can
back.
get good sounds out of a clarinet, at least. You know, I've heard some impressive.
Yeah, I
clarinet
mean, there's
players in there.
one or two people in the whole entirety of history and world living, just like, yeah. But like
so
for
Sarah
5
watches
minutes.
Mr. Holland's Opus and just literally hates every minute
Yeah,
of that movie.
it's such an annoying instrument. It's so annoying. It's not even, it's not horrible or
Says
like it's
the
annoying.
saxophone player. I love it.
Yeah.
love
I'm
it.
sorry.
Eddie Izzard does this great bit about different band instruments and what they really sound like, and about the, I don't remember the name of the special this was, but Eddie Izzard is amazing. And he does this bit about the oboe, and he's like, and the, I almost said the F-bomb.
Oh, you can't.
Do it.
This is.
You
hey,
can on this. You're not
is-
on your stream.
come on.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Say fuck 5 times just to get it out.
Fuck, 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 fuck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So
There's
he's
another
like,
clip.
they're like, and an oboe, it's like blowing into a fucking weasel. Weasel.
Yes.
And it's a really good bit. If you're a band nerd, human, it's like blowing into a weasel.
Kind of is. Do you have a flag?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually almost studied flute in college, but I ended up doing voice instead. So, which I'm really glad I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because who wants to be a flautalist?
There are a lot less jobs for flautists.
Very
that's
true.
for sure.
Very true.
And I'm also glad I didn't end up going to grad school for opera, which my voice teacher was trying to convince me to do for a while, because there are more jobs
Yeah.
in people that can sing kind of, whatever, like I do. So
That's true.
Yeah. Well, Silence, do you have another overtime question, or are we?
No, I think we're good. I think
Yeah.
we could. I think we've held on to.
I think we need to
T.
leave.
Colton.
Is what he's saying.
I think you need to get out of here.
No.
Give me my show. Oh, God, we can't have a stream without dropping Sarah Jazz's favorite music streamer. So even though Sarah Jazz might actually like you, Mary Lou, you'll never be her favorite. Just keep that in mind.
That's
Just keep that in
okay.
mind. We all
I'm not
we all
aiming to
know-
be
we all know
anybody's
who Sarah's
favorite
from.
ever. So
Okay? We all know the truth.
Can we ban Silence? Anyway, Mary Lou, I really enjoyed this. This was super awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show. And for
Yeah,
coming in
absolutely.
so short notice. That was
Yes, we
awesome.
really
Thank you
appreciate
so
that.
much. Yeah. Thank you. Is there anything
you got it.
else you want to
Buy your tea.
let our people know, or just what are your last words before the end?
Yeah. I stream on the Miss Mary Lou channel right now 3 times a week. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. You can catch me on the Miss Mary Lou YouTube channel. Positivity podcast. If you want to know how my tiny house is going, I post tiny house updates over on Patreon all the time. So that's very exciting. And buy my tea.
Buy her tea.
Buy my tea. I have a tea collection, and it's great.
I'm excited.
And I love
kind of
it.
want to buy it now.
And we're definitely, probably, no, we're not a cult.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Don't listen to her.
Yeah, you are totally
We
a
know the
cult.
truth.
There's no way.
We
you
know.
are.
Truth.
You know, you're the most important human in your life. You are always worth the investment in yourself. So,
Aw.
Chat,
That's awesome.
Chat agrees. You're a cult. All one person just had to post that. It's-
I will spam that cult emote again.
Yeah, you should.
It's a beautiful thing.
Well, thank
It
you
is a
so
beautiful-
much. I really appreciate you being here.
Oh yes, thank you,
Have
Mary.
a wonderful night. Thank you so much, and for that
Thank you.
lovely,
Pinky's
lovely
out.
performance,
Pinky's out
by
for
the
Mary
way.
Lou.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing the bye thing, and you can't see it.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can see nothing.
Oh well.
I see nothing.
So Silence. Tell me.
Yes.
We're very overtime right now.
Overtime.
We're very overtime. Is there anything else you? By the way, go follow Miss Mary Lou right now, please. Do yourself the
Yes.
favor.
Please go follow Miss Mary Lou.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for all the donations today. As we
Yes.
said, that really helps. Everything during Music Exposed helps us both. Helps us get the word out.
Yes.
I made an announcement. I'm not going to put it on the bulletin board yet, but obviously Sarah Jazz and I have a new song out right now. Sweet Punishment. It's part of a new
Yes.
EP that I'm about to drop on August 22nd, called The Twist of a Friendly Knife. So if you check out thesilencenoise.com, both the pre-save link and the purchase link are there. If you buy it at Bandcamp, as I said, right now you get the first single from the EP, which is the collab Sarah and I did together, Sweet Punishment. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you check out everything from the bulletin board this week. As I mentioned, we'll be slightly delayed on posting it this week because our website is getting moved over to new NVMe hosting. So it'll be a lot better and faster once we come back. But it'll be down for the next day or so. So it'll take a little bit longer than usual for this episode replay to get posted and the podcast to get updated. But follow us on Twitter. Sarah and I will both post it once it's live. And when I post I'll probably have the YouTube version today. With the YouTube version, I'll post those bulletin board links as well. So if you want to go check out the new music from Other Glow or Tyler Levs or Mid Dream, Samuel Tucker Young or CA in LA, make sure you check out those links. And other than that, great show as usual.
Yeah.
And then we got more Disney streamers next week.
Yeah.
We got Nerdy Singer Kate coming up next week. I don't know. She's gonna be in some shape, man, because she normally streams like the opposite time of day of this show.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she's gonna be loopy coming into this, which I
is
appreciate.
great because then we can maybe catch her off guard and ask her all the juicy questions.
Also has a very interesting story too, like Mary Lou does. Very interesting
Also a
background,
thug?
lots of life experience.
Everybody's a
not
thug on this show.
Existence is the only thug that we've got here.
Other than me,
Existence
obviously.
lives that thug life. Well, yeah, you guys are the fighters. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Kate will drop some knowledge on us. You know, I think Rosemary Teal might have some thug in her. She might have smacked a bitch a couple of times. You know, that could have happened. You know, sometimes you just got to put bitches in their place.
Very true.
And I understand that you and Existence do that. I understand you could have.
We put
a little of
bitches
that
in their
thugging.
places.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like me. Put me in my place, Sarah Jazz. Put me in my place.
Yeah. I do that, but you don't agree, and it's horrible. Oh, Jean, thank you so much for the 1337. Thank you.
Oh, Gene, thank you so much.
Wait, this is a little bit long. I'll tell you when it's over. Make a derpy face. It's over. Well, thank you so much, Jean. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Well, Silence, is there anything else you want to tell the audience today?
Follow me on twitch.tv/ScienceNoise.
Thank you so much for
See you
being
guys.
here.
Oh yeah, tomorrow is I always forget about this stupid stuff, but
What?
tomorrow is my 1-year performance anniversary of the first performance I ever did on Twitch.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll be streaming music tomorrow.
What time?
The usual Sunday thing. Like 3 p.m. Pacific, so 6 p.m. Eastern. 6 p.m. Eastern.
Oh,
3
that's
p.m.
great.
Pacific.
I'll be done with my stream by then. That's great.
Yeah. So I'll do that.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Have a
Thanks,
good
guys.
night,
Thanks for your
Silence.
loop.
Thank you so much for being here. Bye. Also, you had beautiful, luscious hair today. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. So next week we have Nerdy Singer Kate. I almost forgot again, like always. I'm a very professional host. And yeah, go follow the Silence Noise. Go follow Miss Mary Lou, because she's not only awesome, but also very talented. And I really enjoyed her. And as always, thank you so much for being here, for all the support, for all the love. It's very, very important. Spread the word. Tell every music streamer that we're doing this, so the music community, gets aware of this and understands that this is the show. This is the show of music streamers. And yeah, I'm very excited for next week too. And very unrelated to that, on my channel tomorrow, I'm having a very special cosplay Raid Shadow Legends, but also I'm gonna do some music before that. So tomorrow at like 11 a.m. Eastern time, so like 5 p.m. CEST, I will be streaming here too, and we'll be doing some cosplay and some music and also some gaming. So come over for that or whatever. But yeah, let's raid somebody. Please stay for the raid so we can get some love, give some love to somebody. And thank you so much for being here, guys. Have a wonderful night. And if you're not going to be around on this channel during the week, then I'll see you hopefully next Saturday. Bye.